If you like this, give me a like, subscription. Frickin' mowers. In case you're wondering, this is my work coffee cup. It is a half gallon, and I fill it up at least once a day, and I drain it at least once a day. And notice I said at least once a day and not up to once a day. I admit it, I might have a problem. I roast my own coffee beans. They're freaking delicious. Today I had a long speech planned out about how people waste their money looking for the next big thing in FPV, and they go out, and basically it started because I started seeing 10 or 12 reviewers on YouTube who all put out the same freaking product at the same freaking time. And it dawned on me that yes, when you get a product, you will get a commission, or you might be even paid for the endorsement. I don't know. Why is my dog barking? But anyway, you might be paid for the endorsement, and you might be getting a commission. And I had this big long video about please, 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 please do not waste your money when someone says, hey, this is the greatest thing ever. Oh my God, go buy it. Because I don't know if you noticed it, but like the DJI digital thing came out, and everyone's like, oh my God, it's a big thing, blah, blah, blah. And a bunch of people rushed out, spent $900 to replace something they didn't need to replace. And they're finding out that it's not bad, but is it $900 worth? That's a lot of batteries. So anyway, I want to tell you, if you haven't, check out Nick Burns for the best reviews on micro stuff I've ever seen. That guy has no BS reviews. He doesn't tell you to go buy it. He tells you if it's good or not, and that's it. I think that more people should go with that approach on, is it good or is it not? Is it good or not? So anyway, I'm going to spend the next 4 or 5 minutes talking about this little thing, which is the Foxeer Predator Nano. And it's a 15 millimeter, 4.5 gram camera that has no right at all being as good as it is. And I'm putting it in the Eachine Diatone. I'm actually replacing a Micro Swift 2, which is a fantastic camera, best one I've seen as far as image quality until this thing. And part of the reason is so I can get more up tilt, so I can fly faster, because I like that little erratic, on the ragged edge flight. And yeah, the Eachine, the Foxeer Predator Nano, it pops right in. It has a little holder so it can fit in the 19 millimeter micro size or a 15 millimeter size if you got that 15 thing, or 14 or 15, whatever. The nano size, yeah. And it has TBS Unify. And I want to tell you, instead of going out to buy the next big thing and the next quad and the next blah, 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 what you need to buy, batteries, and very carefully select your products. If someone had told me to buy the Foxeer Predator, I probably would have been like, it's kind of pricey. Until I flew it, and then holy cow, holy cow. Is it worth the money? Yes, period. And the reason for it for me is I fly at dusk, and sometimes, good grief, I don't know if y'all hear those dogs, but I fly at dusk, and sometimes that light change from bright to dark to bright to dark to bright to dark gets disorienting. And this camera is a wide dynamic range, and holy cow, it's just great. I'm gonna spend the next, well actually I got 5 batteries. Honestly, you just be the judge of why I like this camera so much, but I am gonna talk over it. So anyway, I just want to tell you, don't waste your money. Don't go looking for the next big thing when there's a bunch of good things out there. People sometimes have ulterior motives to I love coffee, but they have ulterior motives to tell you to go buy something, and sometimes that's just straight up money. It's just straight up cash, and I hate seeing people lose money. I really do. I am going to say 160 or 150 bucks because this thing's on coupon right now, 149, and then the camera is another 35. And I'm not saying to replace your Micro Swift with it, but I'm saying I did because look at that up tilt. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but that's some serious up tilt. This is level. And holy cow, it is so fun. It's just so fun. But I only did that with the nano size in this Diatone frame. You could easily buy a new frame, trust me. Micro Swift is a great camera. It is what I would recommend for about 99% of flying, but this Foxeer Predator, holy cow, I'm just amazed. And I'm going to show you the one flight that I got that I'm just going to show you. I'm just going to show you this flight. Because, you ever hear of fly it like you stole it? Because, holy cow, I've never, I could not do this. So, have more coffee. I do like big mugs. I cannot lie. When it comes down to it, is it worth the money? The Ishin diatone, yes, 150. It's the best quad going. If you don't build your own. If you build your own, the Mamba 1408 motors are amazing and they're not that expensive. Tachyon motors are amazing. Holy cow, they're so great. And they're not that expensive. They're about 10 bucks each. So motor prices have come down. Just all I want to say is don't waste your money on trying to find the next big thing. There's a lot of good stuff out there. Just don't believe everything you hear when people go, ooh, 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 go buy this, go buy this, go buy this. Because there might be alternative motives. Ulterior? There might be other things making it better. I see now why a lot of bloggers wear goggles, because I'm looking up instead of at the lens. I'm sorry. Yeah, like and subscribe, do all that good stuff, and drink more coffee. I just chugged a half a gallon of coffee. Holy cow. Holy cow. I'm gonna die. So yeah, the Foxeer does have OSD, by the way, and it's cut off by the way my DVR records, and that's okay. I don't really care about it. Actually, I want to tell camera manufacturers, who cares about freaking OSD? Every flight controller these days has OSD. So, like, if it costs more to put it in there, just save the money and leave it out, because Betaflight OSD or KISS OSD is so much better. And otherwise you just get the 5 volts and a timer. Timer being useful, but seriously, who cares? Anyway, as far as the camera goes, pay particular attention to where the house meets the sky, where the tree meets the sky, and you'll notice whenever you get it light on dark and dark on light, it goes kind of gray. And that's actually the main feature about this camera that I love, other than the fact that it has absolutely no noticeable latency. It's crazy latency free. But that transition area between light and dark is why I love it. And it is simply just, it's great if you're going in and out of dark, shadowy areas going back to light. It will darken the light and it will lighten the dark. And that's so you can keep flying and keep seeing. And I noticed this the very first flight I had, which was actually at dusk with the night lights on. And it was flawless. Like, I loved it. I even got motion blur, which is kind of funny for a small camera like this. Like, this thing's 15 millimeters, 4.5 grams, and it's freaking phenomenal. But yeah, so this flight that I'm having is actually on a lighter battery that I'm used to. It's an 850, and I've been flying it all day on a 1500, which I do not recommend. That makes it slow and sluggish, but it makes it 6-minute flights, which is pretty fun. And the motors are way more than enough power to push around the extra weight. But when you take them off, this thing becomes a freaking powerhouse. And if you're wondering, it goes up to about 6.5, 6.7 Gs, and that's about 150 miles per hour per second acceleration, which is phenomenal. It's awesome, and it does top out around 110. So the diatone Ishin combination with that TBS Smart Audio or TBS Unify with Smart Audio, really freaking phenomenal. And it comes with a micro Swift, but like I say, I got this Predator as a review piece, and I thought, why is this thing so good? I still have no idea. But Predator will now be my default choice for things that are small enough that I want to fly in and out of shadows and whatnot. Anyway, I just wanted to say, overall, like, my whole rant, especially if you're on the live stream the other day, I'm just really tired of, I hear people who go out and they buy things, and then reviews come in and all the reviews are glowing, and they go buy it and they're like, it was okay, or that's just trash. Like, motors, or especially, everyone loves T motors, but there for a while their QC was bad and bells flew off, but a lot of people buy them and they still love them. And they're expensive, and literally if I bought a motor and the bell flew off, I'd be a little upset. And it's just because people go out and they don't understand that a lot of reviewers are not directly paid for reviewing, but they are paid for the sales a lot of times, me included. I mean, I do, but one thing I do, and one thing a lot of other reviewers do that I enjoy is actually use the pieces before they put the reviews out. I mean, it's kind of funny whenever something's released and it's had a total of like a day of actually being out. It's like, how do people know if this is good or not? And yeah, it's just I get annoyed, and then people buy these things and they end up wasting their money, and it's just bad for the hobby overall. Case in point, my first year, I spent $1,200 on not the greatest stuff, and a lot of that was just I was trusting certain reviewers, and they would point me in a direction. And at the time, that actually was good stuff at the time. But if I'd waited a couple weeks, or if I'd done more research, or looked around, or just learned more, I probably would have saved a good bit of money. That's all. Anyway, holy cow, I didn't realize this flight was this much fun. Yeah, as far as what I would recommend right now, I'm a huge Diatone fan, and I'm a huge iFlight fan. So those Tachyons are great, and iFlight has been just killing it lately. So has Diatone. So if you want just something that will get you in the air and it'll get you happy, Ishin quads are sometimes hit or miss. Diatone, I haven't had a single issue with. iFlight has suddenly just kicked up their game amazingly well. And yeah, if you stick with certain names, you'll be happy. And if you, yeah, just trust reviews and certain people's reviews. Just know that some people might be overly enthusiastic about the next big thing, and it's might not be for the most honest of reasons, shall we say. But anyway, I'm wiping out here, and yeah, y'all take care, be good, and if you can't be good, just be good at it. Once again, if you like this, thanks. I do appreciate everyone's support. My dog is still hanging in there, so thank you for those who've asked. It's been about 2 months since the cancer diagnosis, so he's still there. He had his birthday this weekend, so yeah, thank you so much for everyone who sent me messages. I do appreciate it. They do. They are definitely family. Thanks again. Y'all take care.